to the channel, guys. As I mentioned as part of this series, I wanted to cover off some of the other stocks. We've covered a MicroStrategy or strategy already, so check out that video if you haven't already. And today I'm going to cover Palantir PLTR, which is another investment vehicle or stock that a lot of people are interested in. So I just want to analyze kind of what Palantir is about, its growth engine, its valuations, its market position, and its kind of its potential. So from a market capitalization, it's 341 billion as of July 2025. Its year-to-date stock performance has been incredible. As of Q1 2025, it's been 73%. The general analyst consensus is a hold at the moment based on 23 analyst ratings, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So kind of looking at Palantir's revenue, it's kind of based a lot on government contracts. It kind of forms its bedrock. It's had a lot of explosive growth in the US. In the commercial sector, it's kind of still reshaping its future. So this chart's kind of breaking down the FY24 revenue comparison. You can see that government's 54%, commercial is around 45%. The US commercial growth engine's about 71% year-over-year growth. So that is a real strong push. The staggering growth is kind of driven by the adoption of AI in terms of the platform. So they have what they call artificial intelligence as a platform, AIP, and that's pushing the US commercial segment to about $1 billion annual run rate for the first time, kind of signaling successful sort of diversification and a massive new growth frontier. So in terms of the pathway to profitability, Palantir has successfully translated soaring revenues into consistent profits, and a key milestone for any kind of growth company. Its quarterly revenue growth, so this chart kind of illustrates that upward trend, of that consistent top line growth with revenue steadily climbing each quarter. And this trajectory is fueled by sort of new customer acquisition and expansion with existing accounts. What's also good to see is the quarterly GAAP EPS. So after years of kind of operating as a loss while investing in growth, Palantir has finally achieved that GAAP profitability in recent quarters. And this demonstrates an increasing operational efficiency and financial discipline, which is obviously a crucial element to any long-term growth. In terms of how Palantir works, in terms of the ontology edge, so Palantir's core advantage isn't just software, right? It's a unique framework called the ontology that transforms raw data into dynamic, actionable models of an organization, enabling them to do intelligent AI-driven decisions. Okay, so in simple terms, they take raw data, and this could be spreadsheets, it could be sensors, it could be databases, any kind of disparate source of data in effect. And then what they do is they kind of map this data to real world objects and actions, and then unify that information. They've then got three core platforms, Gotham, Foundry, and AIP. And then as an output of that, they then allow the customers to basically optimize supply chains, identify threats, whatever the actionable decisions made from that data can be inferred is what basically the system kind of outputs. And if we kind of drill into kind of these three different platforms, so we have the Gotham platform designed for government, law enforcement, and military. So this is the one that you typically see a lot of news articles around when Trump suggested reduced government spending, and it had an impact on Palantir's stock price. The idea functionally is to use intelligence analysis, counterterrorism, all that critical decision making into national security, and provides that real-time intelligence to predict threats and outline strategic actions. So example use cases might be analyzing vast intelligence data to thwart a naval blockade or identify patterns in criminal activity. We've then got the Foundry platform, and this is kind of tailored for more commercial enterprises and civil government sectors. So it helps organizations integrate, organize, and analyze complex data to basically solve business challenges like supply chain optimization, revenue growth, and sustainability initiatives. So again, another user example here would be tracking real-time carbon emissions, reducing manufacturing waste potentially, or gaining deep insight into the consumer behaviors. And then very finally, we've got the kind of artificial intelligence platform and the Palantir sort of cutting edge platform that leverages AI at scale. It connects AI directly with an organization's data and operations. And functionally, it kind of enables deployment of AI agents and automating tasks that are repetitive and improve productivity. It kind of does this through the creation of LLM-powered agents and workflows, basically allowing all of this seamless data integration, and also manages robust security. It's kind of a main growth driver. It's a primary catalyst of commercial growth in the US and globally now, often accelerating sort of AIP boot camps for this integration. There's also Palantir Apollo, and its kind of purpose is that continuous software delivery system that supports Gotham and Foundry. Its functionality is to kind of orchestrate updates to configuration software, access to diverse environments like cloud, on-prem, that tactical edge. It kind of ensures high availability, redundancy, and zero downtime during upgrades. So its significance is to basically allow rapid deployment of new features and updates, maintaining operational readiness and that cutting edge capability while maintaining security at the same time. So if we look at it from a valuation perspective, and this is where things get quite interesting for Palantir, is in terms of where do you sit with its valuation. Now, I talked about in other videos where price to earnings is the typical measure. However, we can see that Palantir's PE ratio is over 500x, which towers above the software industry average of 77x. So this kind of indicates that currently, if you look at the current price, the investors are paying a massive premium for each dollar of Palantir's earnings, betting on kind of that future profit growth. Now, does it have that growth potential? Yeah, sure. If you look at what it's doing, I kind of believe it does have a lot of potential there in growth. But what we've got to realize here is that we are paying a substantial premium for that future cash flow. And that's something to bear in mind. If we were to look at another metric that's often used from a valuation perspective, which is price to sales ratio, similarly, the price to sales ratio is 103x, nearly 9 times the industry average of 12x. So this means that the company's market cap is technically over 100 times its annual revenue. So this doesn't allow for a lot of slowing of the growth numbers that we saw earlier. So again, this is a bit of a double-edged sword from that perspective. What do the analysts say? So we've got a decent amount of analyst data here, and the analysts are kind of sharply divided on Palantir's future at the moment. It's kind of resulted in a bulk of them, almost 50%, kind of giving that hold consensus. Bulls kind of point to the unstoppable AI-driven growth, while the bears are kind of wary of the extreme valuation and the potential macroeconomic headwinds that we're currently seeing in the markets. So this division kind of contributes to this kind of significant volatility, and this is why, again, when we look at options premium markets for Palantir, the IV is quite strong. So the average sort of 12-month price target is around $100, with forecasts ranging from as low as $40 to as high as $130, giving that sort of uncertainty in that swing. And we can kind of see how we've got a 48% hold, we've got a 17% sell, a strong sell of 9%, a strong buy of 13%, and then a buy of around 13%. So again, such a mix there of a spread. So kind of what's the summary and conclusion of Palantir's position? So Palantir is a leading data integration and basically AI analytics company. It's got an offering for the commercial sector through Foundry. It's got an access to the government sector through Gotham. And then it's got this artificial intelligence platform. It's kind of got this unique ontology framework of taking raw data into actionable intelligence, kind of enabling that human plus AI learning in a very high stakes environment. The company's has achieved consistent GAAP profitability. It has strong free cash flow. It's driven by acceleration into sort of US commercial growth and strategic partnerships. So why Palantir boasts a robust financial position and a defensible competitive moat currently in a specialized sector, its stocks trades at an exceptional high valuation. The premium reflects that aggressive market expectation for future growth, particularly for the AIP adoption. And analyst sentiment, as we've seen, is kind of a bit mixed at the moment. And the stock exhibits like quite a lot of volatility. And it's influenced by that macroeconomic factors, that competition, and that ongoing regulatory scrutiny. So again, this is a great stock, in my opinion, for doing options play because of that volatility that options typically eke out. But again, I still feel like Palantir is positioned quite well, having that strong moat right now. So what's the conclusion in the investment outlook? So obviously investing in Palantir prevents that high reward, high risk proposition. It's an IT and expanding commercial footprint, offering compelling sort of growth products, making it an attractive option for investors with a high conviction in its ability to reach that critical mission in the AI space. The company is disciplined in terms of its product development, strong financials, and growth trajectory. However, we have to balance that off with the sort of the valuation. It doesn't leave a lot of room for error, and investors have got to be mindful of that in quite an intensive and competitive market, particularly in the AI space. There's also the ethical and regulatory challenges inherent to any business. So for those considering cover call strategies, the elevated IV can offer an attractive premium, but again, you've got to balance that risk management, including sort of precise strike prices, and expiry date selection is crucial given that stock volatility. Ultimately, a well-defined investment strategy and continuous monitoring of market dynamics are basically essential for navigating Palantir's sort of complex investment landscape. So hopefully, guys, that gives you a quick summary of kind of Palantir's position, where it is financially, what are the prospects for its future, what are the potential risks that could impact Palantir's stock price. I'll catch you on the next one.